warm reception nonetheless. She's got plenty of fans here, as does Tomokazu Harimoto. Both of their parents come from China, provincial players, and then they moved to Sendai to create a life for themselves and create 2 more lives for us to enjoy, and one of them graces the table shortly. MIWA Harimoto, the younger of the two, and JOO CHEONHUI doing a wonderful job in recent history to remind the world that there are a lot of incredible players out there and that she is no doubt able to contend with the very best. In their WTT head-to-head, they've played 5 times, and MIWA Harimoto has won 80% of them. It's pretty impressive. We've seen many first-time encounters today. The world number 26, JOO CHEONHUI. Don't let that world ranking fool you. MIWA Harimoto's playing almost every event she can. JOO CHEONHUI, well, not quite the same. Be the umpire for this battle to determine where the players stand and who serves. It's coin toss time.
Service inside.
So JOO CHEONHUI wins the coin toss, chooses to serve, says, "May I please check your equipment?" And igualmente on the other side, the favor is returned. MIWA Harimoto gets a good look at her opponent's equipment, the lights up above, and they'll both have their first event on the main stage here. Just taking in the environment, making sure that there are no surprises when they toss the ball for a serve. MIWA Harimoto's been playing for quite some time, 16 years old. She's already been a pro for 3 years, but she was born and raised in a table tennis club built by her parents. 3 WTT titles to her name, has beaten the world number 1 Sinying Xia. But on the WTT stage, it's a different story for most against Xia Xia. MIWA, semi-finalist at the Champions Macau 2024. Champions Montpellier, a finalist, and a semi-finalist at the Champions Frankfurt. So she knows how to perform well at a Champions event. Remember, not anybody can be here. It doesn't have hundreds of entrants. Only 23 on the other side, but still 7 years the senior of her opponent. JOO CHEONHUI with a 62% win rate. No titles to her name yet, but has also been a pro for 3 years. It takes a little bit of time when you decide to relocate, naturalize, play in a different country, different place. But you've got a lot of motivation with $800,000 in prize money on the line, 1,000 points for the champion of this women's singles event, and the best equipment in the game. I've played on it, I've played with it, and I can tell you, it is all sort of dreamlike to know that the conditions that these pros are playing in feel that pristine. 1981, a good year. JOO CHEONHUI with 19. MIWA Harimoto with the remaining 81% of the fan vote. Cast your fan vote at worldtabletennis.com or get the WTT app and do it there. Interesting. MIWA Harimoto's, well, it's almost perfect in their head-to-head. 80% win rate for MIWA Harimoto and 81% on the fan vote. So as they finish their warm-up here, backhand to backhand, MIWA's game is very fast and aggressive. For a player as tall as she is, she stays right near the table. JOO CHEONHUI is quick, explosive, fast footwork. You could see the definition in the leg muscles as she walked in to the Infinity Arena.
Harimoto versus JOO. First game, JOO to serve. Level.
So here we go. It's a best of 5. First player to win 3 games to 11 must win by 2, and it's JOO CHEONHUI to serve. Love all. Break off the net here, but a whole lot of pushing for 2 players that are fast and aggressive. You ask me, that's a tactic. JOO CHEONHUI. Good touch from MIWA.
Love.
Again on the receive, it's MIWA who's able to earn herself. Good opening shot. Cracking backhand after the long push. People often ask, living in the shadows of a sibling who, well, took the world by storm before you, Those shadows is where you do your growing. Ooh, a little break off the top of the net. Having a little bit of time off can be important. When the spotlight's on you, it's tougher to surprise your opponents. Smooth as can be, JOO CHEONHUI right there. Step behind the table. It's smooth, quick. With 2 points in a row. This backhand, untouchable. Little K-pop on that backhand, the itsy swing. Smooth, that's the word for me again. Power comes from the legs. Men's game, women's game. The upper body just puts on the finishing touch.
Three, four.
I like to think of it as a group project where everybody's contributing, but they know their role. And players know that it's their job to never skip leg day. 4 in a row for JOO CHEONHUI. In front by 1.
5-3.
She's really finding a rhythm out here, JOO CHEONHUI. Controlling the timing on top of the bounce. There's an effortlessness about it.
Five, four.
Much needed point there for MIWA. Keep the score tight. Keep your confidence high.
Four, 6.
A little bit off the top of the net there and a second bounce on the table. But a genuine apology here from JOO CHEONHUI. Doesn't miss by a lot. Quick reaction time. MIWA never giving up.
Four, 7.
Remember, 1 of 5. That's 20% success rate against MIWA in WTT events. She's up by 3 here in the first game. JOO CHEONHUI, that is, on the receive. A little bit off the top of the net as MIWA captures a point. Second towel break and 2 points between them. But the idea is right to go parallel. Love how fluid the backhand is, JOO CHEONHUI. And the parallel pays off. JOO CHEONHUI, after an extended rally, was tested on the wide forehand early. Just thinking about how much time it takes to get so good at table tennis, how much hard work to make it look so easy. It's what's done behind closed doors. It's before they get here, long, long before they get to this table on the main stage.
6-8.
In short, it is no overnight success. They might enter your radar with a big result here or there, but it's been years in the making. Shovel serve in the third ball attack. As quick as can be, using the length of the table here on the diagonal. From just about net height, a little bit of side spin to go with that top spin. And the ball bends out of reach. And it is all tied up here at 8 points. From down 4-7, MIWA's back up in it. Quality on that backhand. Ganbatte. Give it your best.
Nine, 8.
Good touch on this one to leave it inside the table. Coach Che here, CHEONHUI, who's been with the Korean team for quite some time. A man with lots of wisdom in his head. He's been sharing well over the years of being.
Get the facts on disaster scams at aarp.org/ca.
Del Taco's Jumbo Shrimp, wrapped up with fresh cabbage, pico de gallo, secret sauce, and a squeeze.
Tucked way back, she gets the racket speed on the backhand, brushes the ball with a very fine margin, just gripping with that top sheet of rubber. Good to hear the young ones getting involved too. Oh, brings it back to the baseline. An escape from JOO Chunhee. Perfect placement. Self-defense, but the wherewithal to keep the racket high. Just keep it on the forehand side there. Wasn't right at the baseline. It's just a long stroke to recover from for MIWA. It's now game point for JOO Chunhee against the 6th seed.
8, 9, 10.
Top of the net, and she
2.
escapes 11-9. JOO Chunhee makes a bit of a comeback here. And despite the fan vote, she has started off well. So the world ranked number 6, the 6th seed here, MIWA HARIMOTO, finds herself with an uphill battle after game number 1. And the battle continues with game 2 in just a minute. Yu Harimoto there, coach for MIWA HARIMOTO, also father, speaking the Mandarin, most common dialect of Chinese
Second game,
in the world.
HARIMOTO to serve. Level.
Some talk about how to receive. Get in there. Don't be afraid to use the backhand opening to get aggressive, to convert underspin when you see it.
1.
Nice
love.
combination, a quick recoil after that long stroke forehand. The Harimoto siblings know strength. They know the gym. Again, both of them have a whole lot of muscle, a whole lot of hustle in their game.
Love 2.
In the sense that it feels a little bit more efforted. If you put them side by side, JOO Chunhee and MIWA HARIMOTO, there's a smoothness about JOO Chunhee that comes from just an incredible foundation from a young age. Top of the bounce,
3.
makes her way back in. MIWA capturing some real estate. Trying to remain calm here. Times that one very well for a ball that was deep.
Three, 1.
Do we have the scoreline exactly in game number 1? We do switch sides of the table and the service order in terms of who starts each game.
Four, 1.
So MIWA changing the score line here. That full stroke forehand and the follow-up. But it's not the forehand to finish. It's the backhand just in front of the body.
2-4.
So with the towel break here, Joo Chun-hee keeping it close. Makes me want to take a look at the World Table Tennis website just to see the draw, just curious. The draw creates a lot in the sense of, if you're MIWA HARIMOTO, again, first round, not easy for anyone at the Champions. But when you're the 6th seed, Joo Chun-hee is a tough one. By world ranking, I feel like she's a little bit underrepresented in terms of what she's capable of. For example, bringing in the opponent for a backhand on the forehand side, then using the length of the table with such confidence. So 3 in a row now for Joo Chun-hee. There's that whip-like fluid backhand, the brushing shot. Long push comes in. The way she drops the racket, it's so loose. A lot of tournament players grip the racket too tightly, and it slows down the racket speed. Joo Chun-hee is not one of those. Oh, punished. She gets back, glides across here. That is really some impressive play here. Covers the middle with the backhand at the last moment. What appeared to be a net ball comes back as fast as can be. Ayah, why me?
Whoa. 6-5.
Net keeps the ball in play, but no table. That ball coming down, and Joo Chun-hee back in front as she dries the ball. That's the responsibility of the serving player. A long way to go. MIWA testing the corners here, testing the footwork on the other side. Step around and then guides it back quickly to the opposite side. Body language we've seen quite a lot in recent times from Joo Chun-hee, but she's still putting in the work. Fast, long serve, and it kicks on the second bounce right into that body at the baseline. MIWA taking a chance here. Risky serve that pays off. And in the quick exchange, she glides well here, MIWA, to get into position, keeping the racket high and out in front to take it a little bit earlier. For the first time in some time since early on in this game, MIWA with a 2-point lead. At least it feels that way. Smooth as can be. Recognizing the opportunity here. Tight pendulum serve.
I'm out.
And the backhand, the type of shot that sends the opponent into a timeout.
都被等的，白短就规白，平常就被聪明，就被造成。对，你们有时候不太好懂，像车可以的时候可以的，但是要还原，就车是往中间出来，是往中间戳了，我们车太慢了有，但是今天全是冲过来的。他现全是平常不拉高调的，所以这是如果是不是马上要出往正的车就好多。 这种大脚比赛太狠了，现在我们打压他们，这个还是要注意。如果到反手的这个位置还是可以放松手，放松手一打。 突然间长久的拉扯打对攻，打将攻会好一点，打对攻比较慢凶，还是属于可以连续，如果拉直线拉斜线就是不要不是必须要拉直线，拉中间也可以，但自己发球低抛的长球可以，高抛的长球也可以，高抛的长侧也可以，那抽起来他如果拿我的一些他的错误就要自己拉起来，就是看就是矫正性，放松。
Well, from what I caught, that was one of the biggest compliments I've heard from a player against an opponent. Simply that Zhu Chunhui, Tai Bang, she's just too good. Her backhand, her response to topspin coming in, her adjustments to spin variation. It's a lot to handle, keeping the racket high, trying to generate varying amounts of spin. MIWA still in front by 1. There it is, soft touch to the short forehand side, brings her in. His father, HARIMOTO, who's also a training partner for MIWA when she came into the venue on day 1, or at least from what I saw. He offered her some advice to take the ball early off the bounce to get a little extra spin. Jab in under. And a big serve here to set up 3 game points. Remember, MIWA the strong favorite by fan vote, maybe more importantly by head-to-head in WTT records. It's up to you to decide which is more important, but either way, she's looking to get her first game on the board. Another example of how fast that backhand is. 1 game point saved, 2 more to go. The 16-year-old MIWA HARIMOTO. Extra spin does it. MIWA gets everything behind this shot, powers it up, and loads it with spin to make it tough to counter, tough to control. And she's got a game now, 11-8. She takes down Zhu Chunhui and levels the playing field. The battle continues, and it is far from over between players with 7 years between them. The 6th-ranked player, father-daughter moment. But daddy, HARIMOTO, game 3 follows.
上面上桌子就行，打成上面。没有很凶，他把这个穿上这个都比不要那么凶，领完我回来的，他没有可能凶一点东西，偶尔看顶上有一个可以，那领完要这可以开的，不要全部去领，他这个很过来，没有是出一个配一个正子给他，还有一个拿得很好一个，配合一个，不要出反手。
Third game, JOO to serve, level.
Players back to the table for game number 3. It's Zhu Chunhui to start it off with the serves.
Good
placement on this one, deep to that backhand, creating an uncomfortable defensive shot for MIWA. Short side of the table pays off. Taking a real risk out of position there. Zhu Chunhui is able to close. If she's able to anticipate that, this ball comes back cross court. Could understand that quick shuffle step from MIWA. Smart play, MIWA. The serve almost felt like it got away. It was so shallow. The bounce very unusual. And after that, short strokes keeps that racket right at the collarbone. nice and high because, well, you don't have to fight gravity. It's much easier to drop a racket than it is to lift a racket.
1-3.
Fans throughout the stadium feeling their attachment to both of these players for different reasons. Good athletic play, a little bit of extra twist here from MIWA. Remember, the women's game is about speed. And that requires compact play, but on a rare occasion, you'll see a full stroke like you just did. It pays off here. Nice change of pace, the confidence from the start of this rally. Everything that MIWA brought out was hot and loaded and still came back to the table. Finally, she slows it down. Get ready for it. Here it is, shallower one. MIWA HARIMOTO with some serious Hari momentum. Out of the last 16 points, any guesses? Good guess. 12 exactly. Impressive. Another shallow spin shot, slowing it down. MIWA changing the gears out here. Table tennis is so fast, when the rhythm changes, it can be quite shattering to your plan. On a rare occasion, we see MIWA in that position where she has to turn her right shoulder, almost turn her back to the table to cover the backhand corner. That one right there. Joo Chun-hee, the flexibility in the wrist keeps it unpredictable. Ooh, the kicker. Side top. Ball takes a little jump. And the body language from MIWA HARIMOTO was quite interesting for me in this. Before the point, you might have noticed she was just dangling her arms there. Super relaxed pose, like she was trying to breathe deeply and reset. The same spring in the step that we saw from the start of this game. It's changed a bit, but a much needed point here to boost morale. It's funny, that blink runs in the family, a hereditary little mannerism here that's in the Harimotos. Quick turn, timing off the bounce, and MIWA's right on top of it once again. 4 points in front at the second towel break, but we've seen Joo Chun-hee come back. As strong and fit as Joo Chun-hee is in the legs, she's still going to do what she can to be slightly closer to the table. If it's high enough, the opponent will attack it. If it's low, they can keep it short with much greater ease than if it's deeper on the table on the serve.
10-4.
Well anticipated, well adjusted to, and MIWA HARIMOTO with 6 game points to take a 2-1 lead after being down 0-1 and having a tight game 2. Ball sits up a little bit, and right there, spanked. It's Joo Chun-hee to slap it, that forehand. There it is, 11-5, quite a one-sided game. MIWA HARIMOTO finding some answers after a bit of a turnaround from Joo Chun-hee in the midsection of this game. But fired up, MIWA HARIMOTO with some serious confidence-building play. She came out here, and it seemed that she visualized, she actualized, and she converted after an 11-8 victory, 11-5 for that 2-1 lead.
看来我就打完场就会打这个，打完这一打过去，待会这场争取其实现在，你如果再轻了，还有。
Heya Scandinavia. This is the practice hall. Truls Morgard. Raise your hand if you have a billboard in China. Or be on TV right now if you have a billboard in China. Well done, Truls. Jonathan Groth, one of the more underrated but still quite dangerous players in the game. He's very smooth. That'll be coming up next. Sweden-Denmark battle that you will not want to miss. Two very different styles. We've got a good one on our hands right now with MIWA and JOO CHEONHUI.
First game, HARIMOTO to serve. Level.
Game number 4 back against the ropes for the player on the left, JOO CHEONHUI of Korea. Good arc on this one. Again, every camera angle offers you a different perspective. And I think that's a really good camera angle to appreciate how much time it takes for the ball to come in and the arc on it in that shot. Good combination. One in shallow, bring the opponent in, and then right back to the baseline. MIWA converting both of her serves. Oh, sneaks it past her. Just thinking about the positioning of JOO CHEONHUI and how comfortable she is in the backhand corner. But after a little bit off the edge here, MIWA HARIMOTO getting her 3rd straight point, taking a chance. Quick change.
네가 조금 더 빠르게 네가 리드 다 짧게 오는 거 생각하고 더 빠르게 해주고 좀 빠르게 길게 이렇게 오면. 그리고 아니면 회전을 좀 더 섞어줘. 내가 이제 안 들어오고 이게 편하니까 그냥 짧게 하니까 좀 회전을 섞어줄 수 있어. 그래서 좀 리시브 짧게 좀 불편하게 만들어놓고 좋은 거 먼저 해주고. 그리고 내가 절대로 2개 이상 얘 한쪽으로 안 줘. 2개 정도 오면 그 다음에 변경한단 말이야. 코스 바꾼단 말이야. 내가 이렇게 하다가 2개 안에 빼던지 가운데로 빼던지 한단 말이야. 또 백쪽, 초구는 백쪽 지켜주고 그 다음에 두 개 안쪽에서 미들이나 헛쪽 지켜주고. 자, 이거 하나.
Now 3.
So a little conversation with Chae-Eun-suk. Again, a man who's been in the game for a long time, knows it well, and is going to try to make some changes out here so that his player can send this into the decider. This is impressive for me because MIWA gives 2 arcing, spinny shots to the backhand and then turns up the pace, and JOO CHEONHUI's ready for it all. Pattern was a tough one. Keeping that weight forward on top of every bounce. And a kick serve to the baseline. It's a brush back. Don't get too close to my table, Holmes. That's my MIWA HARIMOTO impression after that last point. An attempting serve. Step around taking her chances here. JOO CHEONHUI leaving no regrets here. Seeing an opportunity.
Full 5.
Idea's right. Your peripheral vision recognizes the opponent starting to turn the corner, and you say, maybe I can go the other way, but it's a high-risk shot. Has to take some chances. It's true of both players. In some senses, everything in life is a gamble. By being in one place, you're being nowhere else. And speaking of taking chances, oh, serve warning about the service toss. Too much sideways, maybe? MIWA using her Mandarin where need be. She was raised with it, so a native speaker along with Japanese. There it is, sneaks it past. Sounded like she said Pangbian Ma, sideways. And this time gets the step around from the backhand. Zhu Chunhee, the backhand corner of the table anyway.
4-6.
But a pattern quickly adjusted to. This time Zhu Chunhee gives a different quality ball into the middle by slowing it down and spinning it. One, MIWA Harimoto has less time, or at least in terms of playing it, it doesn't come in as quickly, right? It takes longer to get there, and it buys Zhu Chunhee more time to get to the wide forehand. Oh, surprise, surprise. The twist at the waist as she pulls this back to the wide forehand. In real time, it looked like this was going deep to the backhand. MIWA opens up, gives no sign. Maybe even the opposite, gives a sign that it's going the other way and then twists.
At 4-7.
Nice placement into the middle here. Zhu Chunhee right back at that elbow. Taller players with the bigger crossover, the midsection. MIWA Harimoto, the taller of the two. It's probably the closest together her feet were in that entire rally. The moment when the ball came into her middle, she was just a little bit upright. Credit to Zhu Chunhee's positioning, where she placed the ball. And smooth around that backhand corner. Of all the different machines to use at the gym to get strong in table tennis, you can see Chinese players in their internal camps on that machine where you twist your waist, hold the bars over your head sitting on the seat. Cracking power into the middle sends MIWA out of frame. Is that 3 in a row now? Regardless, it's tied up. It wasn't an easy position to be in. Zhu Chunhee played a passive shot from the baseline. So some momentum for the 23-year-old Korean player. 6 of the last 8 points for Zhu Chunhee. Ooh, close to that back edge. MIWA now. The heat is turning up. Oh, punished. The quality of the ball coming in. Zhu Chunhee invests a lot of energy in this step around forehand. MIWA tempts her, says if you want to play it forehand, you have to go wide. And with the racket high, straight up, MIWA is able to redirect traffic to the other side of the street. Once again, deja vu. Driving on the wrong side of the road, not a good idea in general. Redirecting traffic might have been not the perfect analogy, but no doubt about it, MIWA right now is directing traffic. Last 2 points in a row sets her up with a 1-point lead and a big serve here to come. And it takes two, baby. Takes two to tango, and it sets up 2 match points. The first shot is big, but she has to recover. Watch MIWA full stroke and rack it high and in the center. Ready position. And right back to the opposite corner. She's not there yet. Joo Chun-hee with the serve. Short side on the step around. Joo Chun-hee with a leg sweep move leaves the whole table open. Side spin comes in. That's not an easy ball to play. Again, low, side and top spin. She says, okay. She did give her opponent one of the biggest compliments I've heard on a timeout. Wasn't a complaint, simply acknowledging the level of her opponent. Second match point, MIWA. And MIWA with the spin, the heavy push, clinches the game and the match. 3-1. It was not an easy battle. When I saw the draw, I thought this one could go either way. But MIWA Harimoto, after being beaten in game number 1, turns things around and takes it in 3 straight games. So,